If I said the name Yuki Kawamura, some of you might have no clue who I'm talking about. Now if I show you him next to star-studded Ja Morant, a lot of you now know exactly who I'm talking about, and if you're still lost, well, you're about to find out exactly why the Bulls signed him to a two-way contract. It's not many times you can find a 5'8" guy who can affect the game the way he does, so this is when things become quite special. When coming off the screen, Yuki used the blowout dribble to get far away from the defender into this empty space, and this here puts the defense in a sticky situation. At this moment, the big either has to step up to Yuki, which would give up the roll to the rim, or he has to stay put in the paint and allow Yuki to shoot the 3-ball. As we roll the tape, you're going to see the big commit to him on the wing, and although this help defender tries to tag up on the roller, he doesn't add nearly enough resistance, so here we go.
Game for the Kings. Kawamura between the legs of Reno.
Man, oh man, the vision Yuki possesses is something that every team can use. As if anyone gets out of place or doesn't pay attention to what's going on, here's where a pass can slip right by you before anyone can even react.
Host country in France. Oh my! How about that for the 10th assist?
Now I know some of y'all about to get in the comments and start grilling me, but he reminds me of a player in the league who's solid as a backup or could be a starting point guard on some teams, and that's Tyus Jones. Now am I saying that they play the exact same way and have the exact same style? No, not at all. But what they do have in common is that they both can manage the game well when the ball is in their hands, they have great pace that they dictate, and they're extremely unselfish when it comes to setting up their guys for great looks on the floor. This role here is exactly what Yuki can provide a team, and even if it's not passing the ball, he can see the exact angle he wants to attack when coming off this screen. So with his defender trailing him and the big's able to rotate over if he drives all the way to the rim, Yuki decides to snake back into his defender who was trailing the play to draw the contact, and this one here ends in an and one.
Creighton, Kawamura bumps. It goes! It's the Yuki show.
I know for smaller guys it's hard to get into the paint and convert buckets, so that's why seeing Yuki get inside to throw it high off the glass is incredible. And if you're to say he's a defensive liability because of his height, well here's where you can see Yuki matched up with a 7-footer down low, and we all know this right here is a mismatch. And regardless if you want to say the guard should have threw it higher or whatever you want to say, Yuki still is the one putting up the fight to get in front of the big man to get the steal, and when pushing it the other way, he drops it off to a teammate for the easy lay. This defensive intensity is what will keep Yuki on the roster, as this disrupts the other team's offensive flow and simply showcases that he wants to be out there on the floor contributing in any way possible. It's really not often you run across a player like this who's truly unselfish. Yuki isn't some guy who's always looking for a shot on the floor, as he can make defenders commit to him fully before setting up one of his guys, and with a slight shove out the way, it's time for takeoff. To some of you, this might not seem like a huge thing, but let me show you why. When you're an unselfish player who's always looking to make the right play, this is where you have your eyes already scanning the floor before touching the ball, so right when you retrieve the rock, you can zip it down low in a quickness.
Now Kawamura does, ahead to Miller for the flush.
One, grabbed it with two, and in one motion just throws it right there. Great heads-up play.
Now if that didn't move you and you think that's standard for all NBA players, well how about here when Yuki uses the screen to initiate the pick and roll, and bam! Right here is that tiny window of space and opportunity for Yuki to put the pass through, and I'm telling you right now, a lot of players in the league who are already established aren't making this pass on the regular, and some might not even attempt to do it at all. But come on man, Kawamura hit him with some cowabunga.
Team, Kawamura hooks the pass, what a find from Yuki. Muoka finishes it off.
Woo-wee! Passing like that is just too sweet. And when you can locate the gaps in such a quickness and dime up your teammates from any angle, this says a lot about your skill set. Kawamura doesn't just have to depend on the bounce or a chest pass, as he can see a defender lacking for a split second to then lob it up for a thunderous slam. And if you make that fatal mistake of directing all your attention at him and forget about the track stars coming down the lane, you might as well call it a day.
Serves up top.
Time and time again, Yuki would make defenders pay if they got out of line. By putting pressure on the defense with the downhill speed here, this makes not only one, not only two, but three defenders gravitate towards him on this play. And with some time and reps, he'll figure out how he can efficiently make this corner pass when getting deep in the paint. But if it's not that, well, he can utilize that bounce pass to his advantage.
Yuki inside, bounce pass again.
Yeah, his touch is immaculate, as the ball gracefully connects with his teammates on these plays. With him being undersized, I'm pretty sure he understands he can get by a lot of defenders due to his quickness, but it's right here where problems will arise. Either he will need a great floater to outbeat the bigs, or instead of that, why not just wrap it around the defense for the tray ball? Now hold on, I know I said he needs a floater, but he can also use this in and out bounce out away from the defense to knock down the mid-range butterball. And if he needs to get in that bag and connect on a tough one, well, guess what? He got that too.
Yuki Kawamura.
This ability to create for himself will be needed to survive in the league, and just as much as that, his three-point shooting will be a factor. As a small guard in the NBA, you really have to find your footing and an exact thing you can be known for when you step on the court. One of the main things shorter guys have to have in their bag is the ability to sink the deep ball. I understand you can be a good passer, have good handles, and all that good stuff. But if you can't be a reliable kick-out option or someone who can make the defense pay if they go under the screen, then you'll soon find your way out the league. For Yuki, he looks comfortable getting into a shot, so if he gets some more burn next season, hopefully we can see if he can be a sniper. Now listen, I'm saying Yuki can do his thing. Like, he can shoot, he can pass, and he can play make very well. But there's one glaring problem, and I know I stated in the video that he has defensive intensity that can help him out, but let's just be real. When you're 5'8" and you in the NBA, it's just not gonna work. It don't matter if you can pass it good like Magic Johnson. It don't matter if you got smooth handles out there on the court. And it don't matter if you can pull up and hit straight cash. None of that matters when you're 5'8", because as much as people like that skill set and it will help a team, you're just not 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", 6'6". Let's just look at the league right now. You got Atlanta. Let's just look at the league right now. They're shifting to a taller lineup. All of the short ball lineup is not really happening. Now, maybe, as we have seen, the bigs have came back. Remember when we really didn't have traditional bigs? We didn't really have bigs in general. They kind of coming back. Like, the league needs big men. Now, are they going back to the basket post-ups? Not just yet. So could they bring back small guards? Maybe. But you see, he just got signed to a two-way contract. He didn't even make the full roster. Last year he was with the Grizzlies, barely got any burn. So I'm not sure if he's really gonna get burn over here. He looks good, plays the right way, and seems like he has good team chemistry. But all of that really doesn't do much if you're not tall in the NBA. Could he go overseas and kill? Of course. He could go overseas and really cause damage. Hopefully he gets a chance. I'm no hater. I want to see every man me you eat. So hopefully Yuki can make it. He's a solid player to me. I like his three-point shooting. I love the way he passes the ball. I mean, bounce pass, chest pass, lobs in the air. He knows how to read the defense the right way. And it's one thing to be able to do these passes, but it's another thing to be able to do them at the right time and execute them. So hey, let me know what y'all think, man. I think Yuki's solid, but I'm not sure that he'll be in the rotation next year too much. But hey, I want to know what y'all think and talk to y'all in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, consider buying me a coffee below in the description, as it helps me keep making these. As always, hit that like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you first to know when I upload. Cause hey, you ain't trying to miss none of the Hoop Mastery videos. So let's get it, man. I'm out.